Y'all know what's heartbreaking? This Delonte West story. All right, Delonte West was an NBA basketball player. He played, maybe 10 years, something like that. But he was balling in the NBA for a while. And he played with the Celtics. I believe he was on one of the championship squads. Was in the championship squad? I can't remember. But he played with LeBron with Cleveland. He played with Paul Pierce with Boston. He was getting some work in. He had some real good games where he put up some big time points and assists. A little quick guy, point guard, two guard. Got busy. And there were a lot of rumors about him doing things with some relatives of teammates. But who knows what's true and to what extent they are true. But there's a video out of him getting beat down in the middle of the street. I believe it's in DC or Maryland, somewhere in this area. But really, somebody was stomping him. Nobody stopped to help. Not necessarily that they had to stop because they knew it was him, but just to stop to see what's going on and at least break it up or something. Come on now. I mean, he was getting kicked in the head and he wasn't even moving, getting punched. He wasn't even moving. This is right smack dab in the middle of traffic. Cars had to really drive around them, or they had to stop in one lane. In the other lane, they could go around them. But it's sad, man. And about maybe 7 to 8 years ago, somebody hit me up and said, yeah, I just ran into Delonte West. I said, oh yeah? What, he had an event? He was speaking to something? He was like, no, he was at McDonald's on a bike, and he just pulled his bike to the side. I said, a motorcycle? He said, no, he was riding a regular bike, and this was during basketball season. So they said he was on a regular bike. He was just pulled over in the McDonald's parking lot, sitting there with his butt in the mulch and his legs on the curb, and he was just sitting there and just in the daze. And, mumbling things. And they said he would talk to him. He would talk back a little bit and he'd start mumbling about some other stuff. And they said he was just sitting there looking just messed up. And it hurt me to hear that. I don't know him personally, but I know he's from PG County. Went to Eleanor Roosevelt High School. But me thinking that he was actually in the league, and for him to be on TV and being a name, because he has a very distinct look, to go from there and making millions of dollars to, being in a parking lot and sitting around mumbling stuff, sitting in the dirt. And then he got caught up with some guns. They say he was on a bike again. He had a whole bunch of guns on him. One gun was in a guitar case on his back and he was on the bike. All this weird stuff happening, man. And if I knew about this 7 years ago or whatever, or however long ago it was, then the NBA knew, his former teammates knew. So it makes you wonder, not necessarily that they have an obligation to help him, because you never know to what extent they tried to help, if they did help. But if a person has a mental disorder or something's really going on, they need to be able to receive help. And I know he was in a facility before, but sometimes it's hard to help people. I know there were some people where I grew up in my old hood, and they had some things going on with them. I know one was a vet. He was in one of the wars, and the war had wreaked havoc on his mind. And he would spout a whole bunch of wild stuff, and he'd be out, all hours of the night by himself and just talking, walking up down the street, just talking. And that's immediately what I thought of when I heard about Delonte West. Now you got this new story up. So hopefully he gets some help. It's not LeBron James's responsibility. I'm telling you, when you're the big man, or you're the big kahuna, or you have the big name, people put all responsibilities on you. So not just to play basketball and do his job, take care of his family, work with the school that he started, all this kind of stuff, traveling back and forth and work with his teammates and coaches. And you got his business ventures, but he also has to take care of all of his former teammates, whether or not he liked them or whether or not they were close friends. But is it his responsibility to take care of them? Hell no, it's not. And it'd be, if he can help, extending a helping hand. But no, don't put that on LeBron. Don't even try it, for real. But hopefully Delonte West gets some help, for real, man, because it's sad seeing him like that. And he's so young. He's what, 30, in his 30s, like mid 30s. So he was in the league like 2 or 3 years ago. So that's all. A little somber, but please like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. I've had it up for about 2 weeks now. You know what I'm saying? A little over 2 weeks. Money Green, talk to me. Make money, money, go shopping. Soon another video will be dropping.